Again, months have gone by and thousands of SRD grant recipients have not yet received money or any form of relief. That's due to several administrative errors by Sassa and the Social Development Department. The situation has been worsened by the rejection of applications due to the alternative source of income and UIF. Now, the grants movement has raised concerns about these ongoing delays. The movement's Dedi Mabe joins me now to tell us more about their concerns. Dedi, good afternoon. Welcome to today here on eNCA. So where is the problem? What are your concerns about what's going on currently with the payment of the SRD grants?
No, thank you very much and greetings to all your listeners. The fact of the matter is that no single solution that has been attempted by DSD and Sassa have worked. The majority of the applicants have not received any money on hand. Those who are approved have not got their payment dates. Those with payment dates have not received cash. And about 75% or so, based on what we get from the ground, are still declined for one reason or another. And those who are appealing, their reconciliations have been not been finalized. So it was false reporting in the previous interview where the manager from Sassa was on your program, who claimed that they were doing now August, they've dealt with July. Because from where we're sitting, even from last year, some of the applications from last year are still pending. We're saying this because we are a community-based campaign. We are all over the country. Most of our activists are people that deals with these problems on the ground. We don't listen to words only.
What has changed here? What has gone wrong? Is it the introduction of new criteria like alternative source of income and UIF and stuff like that? Is that what's complicating the matter and delaying? Or are there also issues on the bank verification side of things? Where is the real problem here?
Well, if we were to judge the situation based on what is being said by the officials and the ministers, one would say what we have stated in terms of the bank verification, the normal problems that we know, the UIF situations, and all those things, they are not being resolved for one reason or another. And if you can go back to your clips, you'll realize that there was a commitment. In fact, there was first an acknowledgement that there are system problems which were affected by the new regulations, but those have not been resolved. But we are under impression that something else is behind this whole major fail.
What is it?
Okay, look, from where we're sitting, we go back to the attitude of the Minister of Finance when he came in. He had a hostile attitude towards grants. And he's a pro-austerity champion. And that is where the problem is coming from. Our suspicions based on the logic is that Treasury might be subjecting DSD and Sassa into a specified budget, and they must manage.
But the accountability, the responsibility for delivering these grants lies with the Department of Social Development and Sassa.
100%. But I'm telling you what we think could be at play here. Now, if you are given 2 rand to manage a situation that requires 15 rand, what are you going to do? You'll come with all sorts of excuses and whatever.
So you are blaming, at the top of it all, at a bigger picture level, you are blaming National Treasury with the new Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongwane's austerity approach.
Exactly. Look, they must give us a reason not to doubt them. And like I said, if the initial approach was austerity mentality and all this negative utterance against basic income grant, what conclusion would you come to? You come to the same conclusion.
So finally,
because look,
carry on.
Yeah, we must give credit to Mr. Zulu. We must give her benefit of doubt because we worked with her from the initial stages, and she showed a positive demeanor towards SRD. But this whole thing changed when one could pick up a headline attitude from Treasury that we are picking up a problem. So that is the conclusion we come to. But obviously, this is based on speculations. We don't have facts. And unfortunately,
those are assumptions. It's an assumption. It's an assumption you are making because you saw the change happening at that time. So finally, and very briefly, Daddy, before I let you go, so what will you, as Pay the Grants movement, what are you going to do now in trying to put pressure so that the beneficiaries do get the monies that they are still waiting for after so many months?
Look, Professor Tulima Donsela once said one line that caught me. She said, nothing happens without a cost. From where we're sitting as a campaign, a responsible campaign, we'll put pressure through legal means and any other way that we can. But the fact is that those who are affected are forced into a situation where they have to find a survival way for themselves. And one cannot blame them for things that go wrong around. You know, I think that July unrests have been purported as one of the indicators of what happens when you think that you can exclude people from the inheritance. By the way, South Africa belongs to all who live in it, and the citizens of this country have equal claim to Treasury. It is not a privy to those who are employed within that sector.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Daddy Mabe, for your time. He's, of course, from Pay the Grants movement, very concerned about the non-payment of the SRDs. And he's saying they are beginning to assume and speculate that maybe the problem does not lie with Sassa and the Department of Social Development, but they've been squeezed by National Treasury budgetary-wise. That's Daddy Mabe for you.